Hello, welcome back to another game with Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and today's game is going to be a continuation of our lovely, mellow, awesome Pirate Borg. Hello and welcome back. I don't know why I started doing those starts. I thought it was quite clever, and now I realise that I'm just repeating what you already know because the thumbnail says it and the title says it and everything else says it. But anyway, thank you for returning for Pirate Borg, and if you're a subscriber, thank you very much for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, would you mind subscribing? That would be awesome. Thank you very much. And as ever, thank you very much to the fantastic support from the members and for all of you for supporting any way you do. So, Pirate Borg, where did we leave our pirates? Well, according to what I've just got, my notes that I've just been reading, we left them on the afternoon of their second day of exploring Skeleton Point on the outer edges of Coral Town. And whilst they were exploring, they had gone downstairs to where there were some servants' quarters. Was it this one? No, it was this one, 13. They'd gone downstairs to the servants' quarters that they'd been exploring. And they found some loads of beds, and they found this woman who was hiding in a bed. And what I attempted to do was I tried to charm the young lady, but sometimes when I seem to do my charming, things go a bit wrong, and they did indeed, because bloody hell, loads of birds turned up and started attacking the rest of us. And they all got attacked by all these birds that were just sweeping around and attacking them, and then they ceased to exist. And at them ceasing to exist, that young lady, Sophia, I think her name was, Sophia, she ran away. She took that to go. Now, this room is the servants' quarters. So again, what we're doing is we are working our way through some of the static adventures that are within the core book from the Pirate Borg book. And we are also discussing how we go through and solo pre-written material. Now, this isn't standard pre-written material. I might have to do with some of the other games a more standardized module or scenario. This is more your Mork Borg light adventure location type thing, a bit like you would do with a solitary defilement you would generate, but these are more static. So the one-page ones from Mouse Ritter, they're all very similar type of things where it gives you a lot of information about the place, but there's not much structure story. It's just a place to explore. And as a solo player, that's fine, because you can just read ahead. It's a bit like a choose your own adventure, except not a choose your own. Well, in fact, this is working out to be very much like a choose your own adventure, because in each room there's an exit to go somewhere else. It's a dungeon crawl. So we're in the servants' quarters. We've explored around, found a few interesting things, and now we need to move off. Now, the only way out of here is back up to the butler's chambers, and then out of the butler's chambers and back into the kitchen. The kitchen has that stone doorway, that locked door. That I tried to pick it, but the lads got borrowed and buggered off, didn't they? And I tell you, I would have got that as well. He probably wouldn't, to be honest, because that door had, what was that? That was locked door 14. So it says it takes 1 hour to pick and requires successful agility test DR 20. Now, I think Bates has a DR has an agility of 3, so Bates would just need to roll a 17. But chances are no one's going to get that door open. So they could waste the rest of this afternoon doing that. Let's ask the Oracle, shall we? Now, just to answer people's questions, because people have asked before, though I think the people who did ask maybe didn't look at the video. This is the GM, the Mythic GM emulator 2.2 second edition, which is off of the Apple Store. I think it was 15 Australian dollars. And so, as I say in a post, convert that to the denomination of choice, and that's probably how much it costs. So, let's do, I'm not going to bother doing scene changes in this. Let's say, I think it is very unlikely that the lads are going to want to sit around and watch Cat and Pete or Bates pick the lock. They're so... I reckon they got ADHD or something. So, are they gonna sit around and wait for him to pick the lock? Exceptionally no. No, they just walk straight past. And Cat Pete's going, "All right, lads. Oh." And so they're going to go back up to the... Where was that? So that's the kitchens, has got the passageway back out to the hallway. Maybe if they go back out to the hallway, because there's those stairs that go up into the bit where that ship was. Maybe they'll want to explore that just for the last bit of the afternoon. And then they could climb up those stairs. Stairwell, no, that's the dining room. Here it is, foyer. Rookery, the stairway, the rickety, crooked stairway up to the rookery. All right, they're going to do that. They're going to go up to the rookery. That's a bad idea, isn't it? Because it's all those birds up there. They're going to get into another fight straight away. I can read that here. All right, so last part in the afternoon. I don't know what they're not going to be able to. They're not going to want to sleep in a rookery. It's going to be bird poo everywhere. Anyway, look, it's not me, is it? I don't make these decisions. They make these decisions. If I could take responsibility for them, I would, but I can't. They're just a bunch of vagabond raggedy tags. They got a spirit of exploring. So they go back down to that foyer where they nicked the picture, and there's these corpses of these dead birds there. They've traipsed all the way through. We'll give them. Oh, let's roll. Well, let's give them a. Is there an encounter as they get there? No. Actually, let's give them. There's an encounter for the kitchen. Then an encounter for the foyer, because they go from the. No, they went from the downstairs into the butler's thing, into the kitchens, and the last one, the foyer. No. Okay. Now they look up. Boudoir. Do you know, Captain? I'm not too sure I want to climb up those stairs. They look a bit unstable. Oh, shut up, lad, and get up the stairs. So they go up the rookery stairs, and they're rickety wooden stairs. They're a little bit. There's no railing, so they're holding onto the steps as they go up. Shall we give them a? We'll give two of them. Right, we'll just say it's easy. 8. 1. Okay. Someone slips and falls off. Captain is 1. Exo is 2. Stains is 3. Bates is 4. 2. Exo. Oh no, Captain. I seem to have slipped and fallen down. And if I remember rightly, I don't have much hit points. I'm going to take a D6 hit points and damage. Now, this could hurt, because if I roll 6, I'm going unconscious. No, it's only 1. It's just a scratch. Oh, Captain, it really hurts. Oh, no, Exo, let me have a look. Oh, Exo, you're a splinter, lad. Has no one ever sucked a splinter out of you? Oh, Captain, that's an offer. Oh, get away from me. And so they're going to go up to the rookery. Now, what it is it's here. It's a large room. Now, this is in contrast to what I said an orrery is, which has got nothing to do with owls. Rookeries at least have something to do with birds. They enter it, and there's a D100. There's a D100 cages hanging from the rafters of a conical roof. There's 55 cages, just loads of them. Different chains. Some have got ropes. Some have got vines that are sort of holding them up. All sorts of... My arms look good. All sorts of them... sorry. I'm not going to cut that, but I should. All sorts of them are hanging down from the rafters of all of these cages of this conical roof. Well, we won't do that yet. There's a big gaping hole in the ceiling, which they can, if they look up, they can see that there's the galleon through that hole is sort of like teetering up on the top. There's no clear way they can see to get up there. The only way to get up there that they can see would be to climb straight up, and which looks a bit of a tricky sort of climb. And then there's a stairway back down. Now, as they're standing there, they are going to do the standard thing of looking around. Now, the bottom of the here is covered in feathers and guano, which I think is bat poo, but bird poo. Bird poo. Who would have ever thought I'd say bird poo on the internet? It's just all over the floor and it's quite disgusting. So I'm going to make them each of them make a spirit check. Otherwise, they're not going to want to stick around in here and leave. Or they're going to take a disadvantage to what's about to happen, which is a D12 birds are about to swoop in and have a dig at them. So, Cat and Pete, what should we make? What's your difficulty? Shall we make this? Let's make this normal 12s. Cat and Pete wants to leave. Cat and Pete's at a disadvantage. I really don't like the smell of this, Captain. Bates starts to retch a bit because of the smell. It's just everywhere. All four of them are having an awful time in here. And at that, they're about to sort of go back down those rickety stairs because they're thinking, this is not where I want to be at the moment. Definitely they don't want to spend the night there. And as they go to head down, D12 birds come swooping in. Now, if it's less than, let's say, if it's four or less birds, we will say that they're going to give a swoop to basically chase them off and then they'll go. 4, okay. So 4 birds are going to swoop in and attempt to attack them and then go. Which means that they're not, I mean, if there was a lot of them, they'd just keep attacking. But 4 of them are going to basically, they're going to chase them out because they don't like being disturbed. And they'll go back down to the foyer and that's where it's going to start getting dark. They'll be down in the foyer and they're going to have to try and find somewhere to sort of like perch themselves into a corner of the foyer and hope everything goes okay. So 4 attacks. I'm not going to give them an agility roll for initiative. I'm just going to say that each one is going to attack. Now what do they do? It was a D2 damage if I remember rightly. Page 87 if you're following along at home. D4 beak. Alright, I haven't got 2 D4s. So I'll have to, if it hits, we'll just re-roll the D4. So first person who gets attacked by the first bird, this XO does get attacked because he fails to dodge as this bird swoops in and does 1 point of damage. It pecked me right on the top of the head. The second bird goes to attack Stains, and Stains with his Eddie Hall. Oh, Eddie, you got a good swift hook. So he bats the bird to the side and it don't get to attack him, but it fly off. Then, as he's doing that, a second bird swoops into Stains, pecking 2 points out of his cheek. And the final bird, before all these birds swoop back up to the rafters and out of sight, also attacks Stains, doing 1 point. So 4 birds swoop in and basically chase them out and they go back down. Do you know, lads, I reckon we should avoid that place. I mean, going up that galleon is probably going to be really interesting. I really want to read 5 and 6, which is what the galleon is, 5 and 6 here. But I'm not going to, because then I'll know whether it's worthwhile going up there or not. And to stop me from, like, so now I have to just basically think, are they going to try and be looking for a way to get up there easily or just climb? I mean, they haven't found anything, because what it says actually here is it says, or use the ladder from the storage chamber, 16, or from up in the galleon. Oh, apparently the galleon's got something up there. I don't know how they're going to get it out of the galleon if they've already got up there. So anyway, they're back down in this foyer. It's getting dark outside. They're going to attempt to have a sleep and sleep for the night. So we'll roll is there an encounter? No. In each room, yes. So they come back down into this room. Now they're going to attempt to sleep the night away. Where's my list? So that was the afternoon of that day. Food. Oh, we said they didn't need. They didn't. If we roll a natural 1, then we'll say they've got problems with their food. No. So first watch. Cat and Pete and young Bates are going to have a watch. Now, young Bates needs to roll his toughness. He needs to make a 12 toughness check. He has a toughness of +1. 9, 10. He falls asleep again. So the Exo and Stains sort of curl up together in the corner, having a sleep after they have something to eat. And Bates is walking about, and Captain Pete is telling more stories, and Bates sits on one of the steps and just falls asleep. Captain Pete then wakes up the other two. Let's see if they have a note encounter then. And the other two sleep the night through. They all get 1 hit point back. Let's give them 1 hit point back for healing up bruises, which puts Stains on 11 hit points and Exo on 5 hit points, and the other two are fine. And we'll go through that night, and we're coming into the next day, and now we've got to try and find where we want to go. So we've been up there, there's nothing. We went into the library, and we know that there's 2 ways up from the library, so that we could go to the library. And there's that door that we could try and get through with the door which was in the kitchen, the door that goes down. So at the moment, the door going down seems a bit pointless because it looked unpickable as far as the rest of the lads were concerned. So we're going to traipse our way through, back up to the library, and then have a look in the library and see what exits leave the library. So up in the so while we go through, so what we've got, we're going from there into the dining hall, nothing, and from the dining hall into the library, nothing. So in the library, we've got stone stairs that go up, wooden stairs that go up, and that's it really, because the other stairs go down to the dining room. So we've got 2 sets of stairs, some stone stairs and some wooden stairs. Which would they take? Let's go. All right, what are we going to take? Eh? And XO, who has a gambling problem, will get his coin out and go, well, I tell you what, I will flip a coin and we'll say heads, we'll go up those stone stairs, and tails, we'll go up the wooden stairs. 1 to 3 is heads, so 1 to 3 is stone, the other ones, so it's up the wooden stairs. So the wooden stairs lead up, so they're quite steep stairs, they go up quite a long time. They seem to go around, they're starting to start to spiral at one point. So the stone stairs go straight, and then they go to a platform, and they start to spiral up for a bit, and they go into this little tower up the top. As they enter the room is quite dark with some small windows up around the top part of the room, and the room is filled with bottles and vials and stacks of books piled on tables, and there's dust caked all over the place. And right on a what's it called? A pedestal. On a pedestal in the middle of the room, there is this leather tome that's resting on this pedestal in the middle of the room, just sitting there. And all around the room, there seems to be tiny little potions and potion bottles all around the room, all sorts of different potions. From this room, is there an encounter in this room? 1, yes there is. As they enter this room, there is an encounter. It's a daytime encounter because we're only on the first part of the day. We will roll a D10 and see what's in the room. 3. D100 bilge rats chewing on something disgusting. Okay, so as they enter, there's all of this, and then they get into the room proper, and Staines goes, do you know, I can smell something bloody awful. D100 bilge rats, that's a lot of rats. That's good. Alright. 99? 99 red balloons. I think bilge rats have only got 1 point, but that's going to murder them up. I don't think that many bilge rats can actually attack them all at one time. Page 86. I think they've only got 1 hit point each. They have 1 hit point each. They do one hit point bite, and they could become infected. Swarm. When multiple bat rats attack the same target, combine their damage into one sum. Target only tests once for disease. Alright, so we will say that there will be 9 batches of 10 bilge rats, which means that 1 hit could probably kill them. Yeah, 9 batches of 1 bilge rat, but we will say that due to them being small and all over the place, that damage is going to kill all of that batch of 9 bilge rats. So we've got 9 patches of bilge rats. We will go that each one is going to do 10 points of damage. So each one could potentially kill someone. but we do have Devil's Luck that we can use. We have 2 lots of Devil's Luck that we can use. As we've entered this room, and the dust is caked everywhere. Maybe there's an old explorer who's been exploring around here, like a treasure hunter who's come up, has been caught unawares, and they're feasting on the remains of this treasure hunter. So first we need our initiative roll. 6, we go first, which is quite good because otherwise we could be in stuck. So first off, we will have
Gameplay. Now, first off, what we'll do is, now let's see. If I draw my pistol, I can pull the trigger, but that don't make much sense.
So instead, he's going to draw his sword, and he's going to stride in with the sword and do damage. Now, the bonus of the sword is that it makes more sense because it sweeps, and I'm happier that way. So he strides, and he's got a -2. -2 to hit with a strength of 2 means that we need to roll 8s. So
I drew the old cutlass and I went, come on lads!
And he charges in, hitting. We will just say that the damage it's going to do a minimum of 1 hit point. He slaughters a whole bunch of the rats. On the back of that,
Exo only has his musket. So Exo is going to fire the musket.
Now, I took very careful aim and I shot. So they're all feasting. It normally would be a 12. He's got +2 present, so he needs to roll 10s. Oh, very good job there, Exo. We really needed you not to miss. And a whole bunch of rats go. If we do a few more, we will then give them a morale roll. When their morale roll is only 4, so chances are they'll run away. Who's next? Now we've got Master Bates. Now Bates is going to stride in with his machete. Now he's got a +2 on strength, which means he needs to roll 10s. 6s. We're going to burn a Devil's Luck to re-roll that. Natural 1s. We're going to burn his last Devil's Luck to re-roll that. Come on. 19. Excellent. That will go slicey dicey and kill another bunch of the rats. Bits of rats go piling all over Bates, who's slipping all over the place. Just keep on hacking and slipping and hacking and slipping in all the dust and rat detritus. That's used up all of
the young captain's Devil's Luck. Now, what I did was he run up, did young Bates. He was swinging his machete wildly, and I went, careful where you're going with that, lad. Pay attention. And with that, he turned to me and he gave me this little smile. You know the way he smiles. I want to slap him in the face, but he's just too endearing. He gave me that smile and he just swung again, and the nearly chopped his toes off. So I had to shout him again. I went, you silly lad. Watch what you're doing. And with that, he hacked 10 of them apart, all their heads off in one. It was quite impressive, it were.
And last off, we've got Bates. Now, Bates may stride in. Oh, no, he's going to use... Now, I am going to use Betty because even though I can fumble, I get -2, which means I only need to roll 8s. So he only needs to... So he's got -2 when using his weapon, which is Betty. And he's got a strength of 2, which means that he's collectively, he only needs to roll an 8. 10. That was really good, that was. Inside, I'm celebrating. And that then is another bunch of the rats. Now, there's 6 bunches of these rats left. We will give them a chance that because they've strided in, shouting and making a lot of noise, saying things like, go away, you ratty fiends. There's a chance they go, but if they don't go, the lads are stuffed. 7, that's all right. And because it says on page, did I say 87 or 86? 87, no, 86. Build rat. They have a morale of 4. So because they have a morale of 4, it's anything above that. Like clearly they've strode in and they've just cleaved these rats apart. The rats scatter. What they're eating is not worth it.
Do you know, lads, I reckon we got away quite lucky with that.
Boudoir, do you know, I don't know if he wasn't being kind to us.
I don't think he was. I just think it was the way the dice rolled.
I don't think he's doing too bad a job, you know. Right, so where were we? Where were we before I rudely interrupted myself? Here we go. So, all over, potions. There's the book on the table. There's some wooden stairs going back down. And basically the lads can explore here. So this is the first one of the day. So the lads will have an explore that I will go, they'll look at, if they spend the time here, they can grab as many of these potions as they like, and we'll roll a d6, and that's how many of them are actually, like, they've not leaked or they've clearly looked wrong. There's a d6 worth of potions that look interesting at 2. There's only 2. That's really, really great. So, okay, so if we turn to page, it says here, turn to page 70, and then we can randomly roll some potions, and that's what we've randomly got, I think. All right, so what it's got about alchemy for generating potions. So they've got the ingredients, the resulting colour, how you take it, and then the DR difficulty to resist the potion, or the presence DR to craft the potion, and then we have what they do. So I will just roll 2 on the what they do table. We have got 16, which is 16. Okay, it's a blue potion. You and I know it does D4 hours rather, of strange hallucinations, but the lads don't know that. They might have to test it. 4, subject becomes a ghost. So there's nothing written on these potions which lets them know what that is, but they could go and sell them. Now, I don't think
Cat and Pete, unless they go in a tricky situation, is not going to take any of them potions.
They also have a vial of poison. So actually, we'll do a d20 roll, and that's we'll work out for the DR for resist. Oh, that's cocked. Come on. 10. DR 14 for the hallucinations. That's to resist it. And 12. DR 14. They both are DR 14 toughness to resist the effects. There we go. Now, Bates is also loitering around this book on the pedestal, like prodding it, going, Boudoir, do you think I can have a read, Captain? I mean, it looks quite interesting. I could have a read, decipherable by anyone who passes. So, test spirits. Okay, so he's going to open the book to have a read. He needs to make a DR 12 test, or he's -1 to all of his stats for the rest of the day. And as he reads, he can randomly roll a ritual and it will embed itself in his head. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but I do like the colour of magic, and I like the way the spells jump into his head. Bates has a spirit of 0, so he needs to roll 12s or more, or he is fatigued for the rest of the day. 8. No. Okay, he gets -1 all stats, and I'm going to assume the book decides that Bates is okay at the end of the day. I'm going to assume that the book is going to decide that he's a bit pathetic and it's not going to put a ritual into his head. So they've spent the first part of the morning exploring this laboratory. They will then head back down to the library, and then sort of there's the other sets of stairs go up, and they will go up those other sets of stairs. Oh, let's go back. Let's do a roll for going back down. 2. No encounter. And then they'll go up those are the stone stairs. They'll go up the stone stairs into where the stone stairs lead to. So that leads up to, so they begin to go up there. That leads into, so what we do is we'll roll, this leads into, and so I'll tell you what the title is. They of course don't know the title is called The Baron's Chambers, but it's an old bed, recently used, with a large candle chandelier above it. There's a writing desk. It's during the day. Oh, there's a writing desk. So Veronica would be here at night. There seems to be some sort of marble bust of someone sort of facing the window, near the window, which they can't really see properly. And that's it. There is some stone stairs. There's some stone stairs that go further up. and there's the stairs they've just left that go down. So we've got a plush looking room. There is lots of velvet, very dark, like blue velvet, lines lots of the areas. The bed is look, the sheets look old, like the way cotton can age and go a bit yellowing, but it looks fine, and it looks like it was sort of not properly made. It's been cast aside, and the room looks as though it's been sort of lived in, and people have done stuff in it. Now, where did they come? They went from, so she could have got up early and turned, then the desk, so this is when they're standing around, there's piles of stuff on the desk, which it looks quite interesting that there's stuff on the desk, and the desk is like, it's a proper writing desk, so it looks like it's one of those big old wooden writing desks. The bit where there's a chair which will slide in and out of it, but it's not got, oh, would they have casters on chairs? I don't know, when did they have casters on chairs? Does anyone know when they had casters, like for wheelie chairs? I don't reckon it would do. But there's a chair in front of it, you know, it's like proper writing desk, drawers and that. Now, if I was DMing, I'd have said it like that, you know, drawers and that, because what I know is, it says here, in a drawer, a large iron key that unlocks the treasure vault. Well, which I've just read that, but of course the players don't know that, so I'm not going to say it. So I'm just going to say there's drawers, sort of like, you know, cast it aside, you know, oh, there's, you know, one of them desks with drawers, like desks with drawers and that. So, they're standing in there. We roll to see if there's an encounter. There's no encounter in here. They go,
Hey, there's a nice bed there. We could keep there tonight. Maybe we'll go for an explore, see the rest of the place, come back and have kip.
I don't feel very well, Captain. After I had a read of that book, I feel really off. I think I must have caught something from that bird room last night, like yesterday.
I feel fine, I do. I'm going to have a look around. So they're going to all have a bit of a search around. Now, they'll go over and first and they'll have a look at the desk, because the desk has got piles of stuff on. And the only real thing, there's the bed that they could search, there's the desk that they can search, and there's that there's the bust, the sculpture, like head shoulders bust. Not another form. So they'll go and have a look. And so what the desk is it's piled with charcoal sketches, and basically so when you're going to do a painting, you do some preliminary sketches, some test stuff. So work out either how you want the subject to be seated, where the light might fall. I mean, there's no colour work, there's no colour investigation work here because it's all in charcoal. But there's a lot to do with posturing, where to position, I can't think of the word. The word which means where you put things into how you get him to pose. And when I say him, because the person that they're looking at is absolutely gruesome. It's a skeletal figure which looks like the charcoal work is awesome. Veronica is a very skilled artist, because the work here is fantastic, because it scares the socks off the lot of them. The only one who it might not affect normally would be Bates, but because Bates at -1, I'm going to make Bates make a roll.
Captain's fine.
XO goes, do you know, I don't want to look at these. This is going to give me a nightmare, this is. Now, Bates is going to have to make a roll, even though Bates would like the paintings that Veronica did beforehand. Bates is feeling off at the moment. Oh dear. Bates wets himself.
Oh dear lad, are you alright?
I'm going to go clean myself up in the corner, Captain.
So Bates cannot do any searching, because Bates has to basically sort himself out. Let me tell you how I feel. I don't like these at all, Captain. The only person who's like can search through is Captain Pete. So Captain Pete is going to search the desk, because the rest of them are going to go off and do something. Bates is out. Bates is feeling really not great. He's soiled his breeches. He doesn't know how he's going to fix that up. He might have to try. Maybe he's going to take a bed. He's going to take a bedsheet. Bates is intelligent. Bates has got like his head screwed on. He's going to take a pillowcase. He's going to take a pillowcase. Oh, he is. He's going to take a pillowcase. He's going to cut the corners off the two sides of the pillowcase, and he's going to sort of take his breeches off and put that on. and get maybe he's going to cut some of the sheets up. He's going to butcher this bed to make himself a pair of makeshift trousers. Let's give Bates a roll to see what can we do for that. Let's give him a presence test. So he's normally got +2, so that means he's only on +1. A 9, yeah. You know, so something simple is meant to be a 6. I think it's like even a landlubber can do it is like an 8. So with +1, that makes a 9. I'm happy that Bates makes himself basically, he wrecks the bed. He's cut the sheets up and everything, wrecks the bed, but he's made himself a makeshift trousers. I'm going to call them trousers. Other people might refer to them as pants, but pants as in underpants. Mind you, it is the derivation of the word underpants. Comes from the fact that you wore them under your pants, and thus probably rather than trousers the correct word would be pants, because originally you didn't wear anything under your trousers, under your pants, and then they started to wear underpants because it meant your clothes could last longer. There you go. I think I learned that off Horrible Histories. If you've never seen Horrible Histories, it's very good. So Bates is busy doing that whilst they're all doing searching. Captain Pete, I digress. Captain Pete is going to have a look around the desk. Now, because I know that's in the desk, I'm going to say, does Captain Pete think to properly examine the drawers? He's going to have a presence test, but very simple, a 6 or an 8 presence test. 8, so that's fine. He's got +0 on his presence test. 8, he thinks he examines the drawers.
Hey, I got a key.
Now, is he smart enough to think this key may unlock that door down in the kitchens that he spent ages to try and do? I think he isn't that smart in the least. So I'm going to give him a 12 presence test to actually think of that. 3. No, he doesn't. He's got a key. If they go back to the kitchens, which they probably will do, because that's where Exo can go do some cooking. So maybe tomorrow we can go, I'll make a note, kitchens. Maybe Exo will say, oh, come on, Captain. I'll go and make everyone else some nice dinner today. We've not eaten properly in a couple of days. And then they'll see the door. Captain Pete might go,
Do you know, I got that key. Shall I try it?
but at this point, they're not going to think of that for a while now. So, examine the door. Staines is going to go, Bates is tearing up the bed. And Staines is going to go and go, do you know, that's quite clever, that is, young Bates. And whilst he's doing that, he's going to examine the bed at the same time. No, he doesn't find anything in the bed. There's nothing to find, but he doesn't find anything in the bed. Finally, we have Exo. I'm going to go and have a look at that bust. Now, it's a bust of a middle-aged man with a ruff around his neck, so it's quite old. It's been around for a while. It's carved in marble. It would be worth quite a bit of money if they could get and move it. So I reckon, based on the fact that they nick everything that's going to be worth anything that's tied down, that Exo, I am going to attempt to take this. Now, in the process, it will potentially unveil a secret vault if he can move it. If he can't move it, then he can't tilt it. If he can't tilt it, then it can't unlock the secret vault. He has a strength of +1. I'm going to say this is, shall we say it's a 14? What do you think? A 14? 14 will make it difficult for him to do. 12 will make it easier for him to do. Standard is 12. If we were having this, what would you say? I'm going to say 12. What did you say? 16. He would have even got the 14.
So what I tried doing was I tried to pick it up and take it because I thought we could sell this and then we could go out and do some gambling and I could make some extra money for everyone. Maybe we could get a crow together to go get that ash. It's going to be worth a lot of money soon.
And in the process of doing it, it doesn't say where the vault opens up. Let's say it's in the floor. Let's say that the bust is on a pedestal, and no, that's it. Moving the bust makes there be a click sound next to the bottom of the base of the pedestal, and that's where
Exo. And then I noticed this little door open up in the bottom.
Presence or agility? Yeah, well, that's all right.
And so what I did was
I bent down and had a look. Now it's clicked. He's got to bend down. He needs to do a presence or an agility of a DR16. So this is to get it open.
Otherwise, he can get someone else to come do it.
So he's got an agility of 0 and a presence of +2.
18. He rolled an 18. What I did was, what did I take? I took my pipe and I just wedged it underneath a little bit of the floorboard and twisted it up a bit. And do you know what? It opened up. And inside, there was an absolute fortune.
So inside there's 500 silvers worth of coins and gemstones and 2 relics. Let's see what the relics are. And we might end it on that nice find that
Exo finds I found quite a lot of stuff so far. I found those purple gems. I found those. I don't know what these lot are going to do without me. I think it's because it's my good eyes, because I'm a...
What is he? He's the shooting one. Rapscallion, I don't know.
I'm a rapscallion, I am.
Right, 2 relics. We have number 1, Cross of Paragon. 1 ally gets +1 to attack and +1 to damage for d6 turns. Oh, okay. He's got he's actually going to put it on, which means that he needs to roll a spirit test, which he's got 0 on, of a DR 12. Otherwise it's the collapse, isn't it? It's ally gets +1 to attack, +1 damage, d6 turns. So he puts on this nice cross because that looks quite nice. This is before he tells the rest of the lads what he's doing. And there's also number 8, Undead Bird. It can speak with animals, dead or alive. And there's an undead stuffed bird, which I'll write over here. Undead Bird Relic. And they got 500 silver, mixed coins, gems. So Exo will grab the necklace, pop it on, and then he'll look quite smug about having this lovely necklace on, which hopefully no one's going to notice. And then he'll turn and go,
"Oh, lads, look what I found!"
And they will go over, and we will leave them celebrating their massive find in the morning of their 3rd day. I think it's their 3rd day. Their 3rd day exploring Skeleton Point. That was adventurous, wasn't it? Thank you very much. I enjoyed that. I hope you are too. If you have any questions to ask about how I'm doing it, or you want me to approach things in a different way, and you're interested in seeing how that may be done, it might expand my thinking of how to play or expand my horizons, and don't we all want that? Thank you very much if you're a subscriber and for watching all the way through. If you're not a subscriber, would you consider subscribing? That'll be awesome sauce. Thank you very much. Thank you as ever to our members and to all of you for all of your support. I am eternally grateful, and we will return very soon to Captain Pete and his crew for more adventures and japes. See ya.